What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with entry number 8 of the June Vlog Challenge, which makes it June 8th, 2025. Hope you guys had a good weekend. We had a pretty good one. I played Silent Hill 2 all day, and she listened to Morbid and did her thing all day, so that was lovely. I had full intent to mow the grass, and then right as I got like the urge to get up and start doing it, it started raining. So I was like, there we go.
It was a Sunday rot day.
It was, which is fine because, after working all week and all that good stuff, it's nice to just unwind for even a day. Just
I
call.
went no contact. I mean, I had my phone all day, but I didn't talk to anybody.
I don't.
Just Jess's mom to tell her to drive safe. That's it.
Yeah, I think the only thing I did was I shared, to keep the streak alive with my sister, I shared a TikTok video, and I think that's all I did. We did hear a story about a 90-year-old in town that got arrested for CP. That was great. Just incredible, the amount of things like that happen. And I thought about it all day after I read the thing. And I was just disgusted by it. But
And then it didn't help that the very first Morbid case that we listened to was a case of grooming and sexual assault. And
yeah, it was a teacher that was grooming a obviously underage girl, and to the point where her trauma was that the same one where she had a streak of dating older men and having affairs with older men because of him, because of the way he started her sexual experience with that.
He was 29 and she was 14 when he started grooming her, but 16 when the first contact was made. Physical contact.
He would massage her thigh or something like that because she was an athlete.
They played chicken.
Oh yeah, they played chicken, which, I mean, that's always a pastime when it comes to students and teachers. I mean, everybody knows that. But it was oh, look at that, convenient, whatever. And then the next one was about a guy that murdered a chick, and they still don't know where her head is. So that's fantastic too.
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff. So I could listen to that stuff all day. But
I mean, obviously I like true crime stuff because I'm listening to it, but I wouldn't necessarily say that I enjoy it. It's more I feel like their stories need to be heard.
Cautionary
There's
tales.
So many cases that don't ever get talked about, and I mean, I'm only on episode 202, I think, of Morbid.
Yeah.
And there's over 600 episodes, and I've heard more cases that I knew nothing about than I have cases that I knew anything about.
Right.
And I think it's important that those cases get told. I mean, yes, for safety precautions, learn from the mistakes or whatever the case may be, but also their stories deserve to be told, especially the ones that are still unsolved. Their name deserves to be kept alive.
I agree, absolutely. I mean, that, and it's just,
It's also fascinating.
extremely fat. It's very just the details and the way that they talk about, how this guy was an idiot, but he, still got caught, and he had time to kind of cover up, but he just left things
Yeah, in this particular case, the father, his dad, was an ex-police officer.
Right,
He knew exactly what to do to get away with murder, and made some of the dumbest mistakes.
Which is that's good that a retired police officer.
Oh yeah, and he helped him.
Yeah, he helped him
cover it up.
Yeah.
Didn't help him with the murder, but the parents helped him cover it up.
Which they got charged for doing so.
Aiding and abetting.
And so that's...
An accessory after the fact.
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane. Oh, here we... Chandler likes to do this thing when she wears a towel on her head, so you guys are going to see the cute. So, just going to let him do this thing. And then he'll waller with it, and he'll play with it. He doesn't really tear it anymore. He used to do that all the time.
Yeah, when he was a puppy, he would tear them, so I would only let him do it with my old towels. But now he just does that.
Yeah.
And
then rolls.
And holds it in the air.
Yeah, I had to get out of the way for that because that's great. Except you're kicking my rib cage in the back, so appreciate that, homie.
He's been something else today.
Yeah, he's been clingy. He's been whiny, very vocal. And then, you know, once the thunderstorms happened and once I started getting angry at my game, he kind of shut down. So,
he tried to crawl inside me.
yeah.
Good chum.
Because I was at, like, as far as I know, it's the final boss fight and in Silent Hill 2. And God, it pissed me off so bad. But I'm not really going to get into that. I forgot to throw that in there. So, the game, I'm almost done with the game according to some of the, you know, guides and stuff that I've read. I already know the ending and stuff. I know, you know, the whole spiel. I know about most characters. I didn't know about one character's death, which I was like, oh shit. And so, no, I was just like, whoa, that was crazy. And I think I'm gonna finish it tomorrow. Like when I get off work, I'm just gonna come home and finish it off. I don't think I'm that far along of finishing it. So, other than that, we ate Thai food, which was fantastic for me.
Mine was until I got like a rancid onion or water chestnut or something that was not right.
Tell me about that. I was like, good God. So I made her a couple of, because gluten-free bread is about this big, about the size of Chandler's ear. No, about the size of Omri's ear. That's how big the slice of bread is, right there. Made her a couple of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches just to kind of like, you know, like, sorry that your food was rancid. Here you go.
It was great.
And she ate it, which is good. I got to witness her get angry at the public today, which was fun.
I was hangry.
She was hangry, and when she's hangry, guys, like, I think I'm a problem. She is society's problem when she's hangry.
And it takes a lot for me to get hangry. I can usually push it off for quite a while.
Yeah, it's like, I was like, oh, well, I'll go get food, and they have what I call siesta hours. They like close for a couple hours in the afternoon, and then open back up in the evening. So they were open from 5 to 9. So I placed the order at like 4:30, and of course, you know, I got there and it was 5, and it wasn't done. But I was like,
but
well,
they allowed pickup for 5, so we assumed that they got there early to like start cooking.
Or like
No,
there's somebody in the restaurant that, you know, takes care of that or something. But I don't know. I never worked a job where the 2 hours kick in, where you take 2-hour break throughout the afternoon. So I don't know how that works, but for the website to tell you that it's ready at 5. And that the order was placed, and it will be ready at 5, and you get there, and you don't get it till, well, we didn't get it till 5:30 is what we didn't get it. So it's just
it
like,
was 5:26 when you got back.
it was like, you could have just said 5:30, and that would have been totally fine. You know, I would have left a little later. It's because I was like, oh, I'll go make a Sonic run. So got her and my father-in-law and I drinks, and that's where the first few encounters happened of stupidity. That really set her off. We didn't even get a mile from the house. This one guy, I assume it was a dad or a boyfriend or something, was dropping somebody off at work, and they stopped like right at the entrance of the parking lot. So I had to stop behind him because I didn't want to follow too close, and I was still sticking out on the main road, and I'm like, and like she was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like she was just going crazy.
I was real bad.
And then we got our drinks, and that was the fastest we've ever gotten our drinks at that place. I swear to God, it was like I literally like looked down and looked up, and there he was with our drinks. I was like, "Oh, thanks, man." And then as we're leaving, some chick is like, you know, pulling in like a bat out of hell from the interstate, and she's texting while driving. So luckily I was paying attention and stopped.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
because she made a super wide turn.
we would have
too.
had like a head-on collision if I wasn't paying attention. And then I was like, okay. So there was somebody else coming from the interstate that was pulling into the parking
Wait.
lot, and they jumped the curb, I guess to miss me or because they're just being stupid or whatever. And so she was like, telling that lady, get off your phone. And then, that's a curb. She's like, I should have stayed home. I was like, well, glad to get you out of the house. I said, I like to take my house plant out of the house sometimes. So I was trying to make her laugh with that. And she was like, what? I was like, it's a compliment. It's not an insult. It's okay.
And then I was like, how?
So house plants are cool. Clearly, house plants are cool. Look at that. Those are all real, so they're cool. And then, we get to the restaurant, and I, walk in. I'm like, hey, you got to order for Colin. And they're like, oh, they're still preparing the food. You're going to have to give us a few minutes. And I'm like, no big deal. But as I'm walking in, this guy beats me to the door, and he's holding it for me. And he is talking to himself. He's like, piece of shit, it never works. And then he holds the door open for me. I'm like, thank you. And so I walk in, and it's a little kid. And the little kid's like, what's the name on the order? And I was like, it's for Colin. Oh, you're going to have to give us a few minutes. I don't know, it was like a Disney movie. It was like, oh, you're going to have to give us a few minutes, sir. They're working on the food. And then the guy came in right behind me. He's like, yeah, I got to order for so-and-so. And like puts his phone in the kid's face. And the kid's like, okay, they're prepping the order. It'll get ready here in a bit. And so I sit down in like the little corner where they have the to-go order section pretty much, or the, waiting. So I sit in the furthest one that I can, and the guy sits at the first one. I'm like, yes. He has his back towards me. Thank God, nothing. And so after a few minutes, he was like, it's just 2 sweet and sour chickens. What's the holdup? What's taking so long? Why does it take so long? And then the hostess is like, sir, we opened up at 5. We started your order at 5, so it'll be ready when it's ready. We're sorry for the inconvenience, whatever. And he's like, well, y'all could have like made a sign or, made a post or something like that, because I didn't know that y'all opened at 5. And I literally look to my right, and the door says 5 to 9 p.m. And then it has the like 11 to 3 and then 5 to 9 on the door. So I'm just like, I just want to be like, here's your sign. Like,
Here's your sign.
Here you go, buddy. And so he's the whole time he's, just rocking in the chair. He's like, oh man, it's just taking so long. It's like, oh, why the hell is it taking so long? Like, just talking to himself. And he's like, man, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. And then the cook comes out because I guess somebody's order didn't have, they didn't have one of the ingredients for the order. So they were like going to have to call the customer and be like, hey, can you order something else? And so he was like, what's the name on the order? He's like, I told you, the name is this, but I'm about to cancel it because I got 2 more orders. I need to get out of here. Y'all are taking too long. And they're like, all right, we'll get your order when it's ready. And he's like, again, just pacing, just like, ugh. And then they're like, online order for Colin. I said, thank you, and grabbed the food and left. I was like, I do not want to be here any longer with that guy. That's how, like the cops get called and stuff, because he was just being irate. He was just being kind of a prick.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was like, why didn't you check the food in the restaurant? I said, I wanted to get as far away from that guy as I possibly could. Oh, cool. Everything's here. Let's go. Went home and ate it. Ate the whole thing. She ate half of yours because rancid.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. And then went back playing Silent Hill 2 until we came into bed. But halfway through, our stuff came in that we ordered today. I can't show you one of them because it's in my room currently occupied. But she got me a snack tray thing. It has like a big slot on top with like 4 little slots in the front, and then it has a drawer to pull out, and that's where you can put like candy bars and stuff like that. And I'm just like, yes, because I wanted one of those to like put my food review stuff in, like a visual, because usually I have it like shoved under my coffee table. I'm just like, what do I have? And now I have a visual representation, like, okay, I still need to do this, that, this. I did have to throw a bag of chips out because it expired on New Year's. Because I forgot all about it. I was like, damn it. And it was like Colby Jack flavored Doritos.
Oh, I remember.
I
When
was
you
like,
got those.
man, I was like, that sucks. So I had to throw it out, RIP. So that was the first thing she got me. One of her gifts came in. She's currently wearing it right now.
It's a moo-moo.
It's her moo that she wanted off her wish list. And then the coolest thing that she got me, put this on my list because I'm like, yeah, I need these like yesterday. Once they announced that they're going to release these, I was like, I want a pair so bad. They have the 1989 Batmobile Crocs. Those are freaking Crocs of the Michael Keaton '89 Batmobile. So you bet your ass I'm wearing these to work tomorrow with the Batman T-shirt for sure. And I just like it's got like the little things on the side. It's got the wheels in the back, and then the fin is active in what we call 4-wheel drive with the Crocs. I've never owned an actual pair of Crocs. I've just owned like the dress shoe ones. So this was badass, and it does come with 2 of the, what are they called? These little things, the little Croc things.
I don't know.
Emblems
Somebody
or
tell us.
ornaments. I don't know. There's a Batmobile one, and then there's the bat symbol on that one. So it came with 2, like, I don't know what they're called, but they're kind of cool. I like those. Those are great. So thank you so much for the best Crocs ever. Definitely Crocs you can fight crime in. Don't try that, but you can catch my drift. So, all right, that's all I wanted to talk about. Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so.
Chandler, anything else you want to talk about?
I have a mosquito bite.
He
on my ankle.
burped right as I asked you. You got a mosquito bite on your ankle?
Yes, it's very itchy.
That sucks. Well, on that note, guys, last time I checked, I haven't checked in a few hours, 18 to go. So 18. Last time I checked, it could be less, it could be more. I don't know, but I'll check, when I get up at 1 o'clock in the morning to use the restroom. So we'll see what happens. But all right, guys, thank y'all so much once again for dropping by. Please subscribe to become a Piglet if you haven't already. Also, turn that bell notification on. That way you're notified every time I upload a vlog or a food review or whatever. I got one coming Tuesday that's pretty special, but I don't want to spoil it. So, all right, we're going to get out of here. And always remember my little piglets, call it pork chop, loves y'all the mostest. Y'all take it easy, guys. And we, including this little dude right here, will see y'all, and her too, tomorrow. Bye, guys.